Hey y'all, this is Wall Dog. Hanging out. Just got home. I bought some chicken. I think it was it's something like 5 to 10. I don't know, but it's one of those value pack. Uh, because supposedly today in the mail I'm supposed to get a pressure cooker. I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna be up in my cooking game. Man, I made some. I had some leftover rice and beans, and I put garlic, green onion, yellow onion. I put some hot sauce on that, and I ate it with these tortilla chips I like. I put cheese on top, of course. It was so good. So like vampires, right? Garlic. I think it's funny because I think garlic's really good. I could say a couple things, but I'd rather not. Uh, I'm known as the holy vampire because I like to think I like to for one live by my values. My values are good. Just put it that way. So I'm pretty conflicted on a couple things right now. Uh, so getting involved in people's lives is the topic, and I'm sure that everybody, for the most part, probably struggles with this to some extent because I definitely struggle with this. You're just building relationships to a point where you're trusting each other and you're working together. You're communicating, you're connecting, and that's the next step for me. But I got two things on my I got a chip on my shoulder. I got two things plus chip on my shoulder. Chip on my shoulder ain't the big thing. I just got to believe in myself. It's just mistake, failure, and shame being manipulated. That's basically the chip on my shoulder saying I'm dumb, right? But that's the past. It was a way long time ago. So the two things is that manipulators, people who don't follow the right way of doing things, take shortcuts, who hurt other people. I have been hurt by them. The second thing that I remember, there are situations and mistakes in the past where I've been pushed to do something, told it's okay to try something, and there I am making a mistake. Part of it's peer pressure to fit in. I want to make friends and work together with people who do things correctly, who don't cheat, who don't manipulate. I used to say, well, ooh, everybody manipulates. It's just a thing. No, 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 no. That's something a much younger version of myself would suggest is the truth. No, it's not true. In fact, it hurts me to say that I used to think that was the only way. It hurts me to think about people that I've manipulated when I was younger. Mistakes. No, I'm talking about doing things the right way, connecting with people, building relationships. Don't have to say and do extra things when the right way is agreed upon as human beings. And to those people who don't, or should I say, those people who won't follow those rules, you know, can't be friends with them. Can't be close friends. Can't be people, partners, or people who I work with or would like to work with. I used to love working with like small startups and stuff like that when I was younger. There's guys I'd meet and they'd come up with ideas involving computers. They say, "Hey, help me build this idea." I said, I would be like, "Well, get excited. There's a feeling. There's a mindset. It's it's invigorating. It's exciting, but it's also, man, I've had to learn." Same thing I'm talking about. It's just watch out for that manipulation. It's like, come on. That's what now that I'm older, what I would do and say to people who would try that on me, so to speak. Just say, come on, let's talk. If it has to be this way, then I'm out. It doesn't just go for business. It doesn't just go for ideas or things like that. It has to do with just basic relationships with people, friendships with people. That's been the looming, it's like a looming shadow over me as far as friendships. It's been part of the problem, is my thinking, and I've learned a lot. These last few weeks I've learned so much about communication. I'm grateful. But one thing I realized today, I was talking to a buddy of mine. I saw him, I haven't seen him in a while. I was like, I haven't seen you in a while. And he's saying, oh, I'm doing this and this and that. I'm like, oh, that's great. He's like, I'm sorry I didn't reach out to you or whatever. I said, no, it's fine. I get it. And he started talking, explaining, like, oh, because I'm doing this and this. I'm like, you're protecting and maintaining your mindset. It's what your mindset is everything to you because it allows you to be successful. You don't have to explain that. I protect my mindset. And that's why it's so dangerous to me. I heard, last night someone mentioned in therapy, in a therapy class I frequent, they said, you can live or die by the words that come out of your mouth. The words are powerful, and I realize that's the thing. There's a saying, I'm not sure what the saying is in the Bible. Do unto others as you would have done unto you, I think. It's true. And the funny thing is, I used to think, well, that's doing it the hard way. Well, it's not doing it the hard way. It's when you don't know, when it becomes just practice. That's the way of doing things. It's not hard to do. It's the right way. The other way are ways of cheating on others, lying to others. And from, talking about therapy and therapies for addiction recovery, drug use and whatever other addictions, what I've learned and what I believe in my heart is that most of when people cheat, comes from a place of addiction. And I'm going to reference a great series that I watched, Walking Dead. The Walking Dead. I'm on season 2, end of season 2. And one of the main characters, uh, Rick, the leader, one of the main leader. I love this thing that he does. Like something happens, and his buddy Shane, their ex police officers that used to work together. Shane's like, come on, like, this is the obvious answer to do this. And like, of course, I would think, like, I probably agree with Shane right here, but there's a bigger picture to consider. And then Rick's response is priceless. He just kind of cut to the chase, so to speak. Like something happened. He's just like, hold on, I'm gonna sleep on this. I'm gonna sleep on this and we're gonna go back. We're gonna try this again, but I'm gonna sleep on it to get this decision correct. And Shane's like, you gotta be kidding me. You're gonna sleep on it? We've got zombies on it. we've got like five things going on right now. But your response is, I'm gonna sleep on this big decision we're about to make. It was funny, but it's true. I mean, Rick he's like, this is the way it is, the way it has to be. If I'm gonna be making the right decision, I need to sleep on it. This is a big decision. So, anyways, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna eat some food. Wait, I haven't got my deliverables yet, my Amazon stuff. I hope getting that pressure cooker was a good idea. It's kind of expensive. And I hope that I can cook some more adult meals. What I mean by that is that more complicated, impressive things, Because I got a skillet. Got a, I forget what it's called. I've got kitchen stuff, right? But pressure cooker though, I can make some like really good main entree stuff. Like make some, like, let it. Now there's some other things I want to get. Like I think a pressure cooker is good enough for like making shredded chicken tacos or something like that. Which sounds amazing right now. But maybe I'm thinking more of like I need to get they're called crock pots. Uh, but just what I remember, my family using crock pots is just like something cooks for like 5 hours, and it tastes good because of that. But pressure cooker cooks fast. But I also know it has other settings on it, so I don't know. I don't know. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go. Talk to you later.